Yo, 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 this is Pablo. Just did a 6-mile hike with Audrey. We both looking handsome. Ready, conquer the world. Do this. Listening to Stretch It Out podcast.
Woo! Thanks for that.
Pablo did great, guys, on that hike.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks, Pablo. You're the man. We'll get you a check. We'll put a check in the mail for you. Just ask
Nick's
Chris
making
Phillips.
promises. I didn't make that promise.
Just ask Chris Phillips, man. I'll tell you.
Just send the gift card. Just keep resending it.
He'll tell you how long it takes.
We'll get there next month.
So, welcome back, everyone. My name is Nick Stretch. I'm here with my baby sister, Audrey.
Little sis. Yeah. No, I'm the baby sis because Alyssa is the little sis.
Yes. That is accurate. So, we had plans today. We had plans. Audrey and I had plans.
We did.
I'm just being honest. We had big plans, and I'm going to tell you about those plans.
I was excited for those plans, but you know.
Yeah, so was I.
The heart grows fonder right now, so.
Yeah, it's all good. So here's what the plan was. The plan was episode 14, right?
Yes.
So I just took a sip of a delicious beverage, much
Pepper?
needed, as I was getting parched. No, it's not Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
So what was I talking about? Episode 14. Okay, so episode 14. Episode 14. We're recording episode 14. That's what's happening right now, and we're gonna drop episode 14 for sure. But sorry, I'm distracting myself. Or work is distracting me.
Episode 4. This isn't the original episode 14.
This isn't the original planned episode 14. Like, we had big plans for episode 14, and the plans were to have a really good friend of mine, Daniel Edmond. He was going to be on, and we were going to talk about, and we still are, right? But this is what we're going to do this evening. We were going to talk about just friendship and like probably touch on relationships too, just in general, but just how they take work and they require effort that sometimes is difficult to put out. And we really just talk about how having the right perspective can actually make all that stuff that is like really heavy for a lot of people, make it really light and airy for you by simply just changing your perspective. And I told Audrey, I laughed. I said, so we'll talk about that for 3 minutes like we do everything else. And then we'll just wander off into Podcastland and we just can't stay in one place, which is fine.
Yeah.
So
Squirrels.
Because it's fun. I enjoy it. I think it's awesome to just kind of wander away for a minute. And
I enjoy going down the rabbit hole and see what we discover.
And sometimes they're not that fun. Sometimes they're not. But, for the listener, right? I'm sure sometimes they're like, gosh, this is boring. But then there's that one little thing that captures you and you're like, hey, that was good. And they're like, yeah, it's called the end. I'm just kidding.
Last 2 minutes.
Like, that's the music they play at the end. Oh, that's why I'm so happy.
Oh, thank God it's coming in.
But no, so we were going to talk about that. We're going to talk, and we were going to have Daniel on, and we're going to chat about, how we met and stuff, and just talk about like our relationship. And because, like I said, he's a really good friend of mine. I think think about all my friends, how like I'm just really close to all my friends, and I'm so fortunate. But he lives in California, so it's cool that we're still in touch and we still chat and we're still really close. So looking forward to having him on. We're still going to do that. The best part is everyone gets an extra episode this week. So we're just going to do 2 back-to-back episodes, and we'll do that one tomorrow.
You got to tell everybody the dilemma though, of like what ended up happening.
It's my fault. Is that why we got to tell everybody? Because it's my fault?
Nick's fault, guys. Just kidding. No, I want people to understand. We were like, I was stoked about this because I was going to be able to hear somebody else's voice, other than my brother's voice. I'm just kidding.
She doesn't want to hear. She doesn't want to hear vanilla smooth all the time.
A little
I get
little spice in this session, in the episode. No, but I was just excited because Nick has so many friends that it's actually, and I met these friends when I was younger. So when Nick tells me like, "Oh yeah, you remember so and so," I have to think really hard of like a situation or a moment that I can remember this person.
Yeah, I have to, and oftentimes you're kind of relying on me to paint that picture for you, and I do a terrible job sometimes because I think I've framed up some people for Audrey in the past, and she's completely expecting somebody totally different, and then when she meets them, she's like, "That is not who I thought I would," and I'm like, "Wow, I'm just sometimes a terrible communicator, I guess."
But like you're saying it, okay, perspective here, because you're explaining the person from your perspective, right? But my perspective is not that because there is that age gap. So when you were describing Daniel, and I said I can't remember Daniel, and then like he names off all these, oh well, Daniel's friends with so and so, and you met him here, and this and that. But it's like it actually ended up confusing me more because I'm like you were like telling me people he associates with and his wife, and I was like, I don't know who any of those people are. I can't remember. So it actually made it more difficult. But I was thinking about it last night, and I was trying so hard because I didn't want Daniel to come on the show and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember your baby sis," and then me not remember him because that's just rude,
You're right.
And I think I know who he is.
You do. I think,
but like I can't. I have a face in my head,
and he doesn't have like Facebook or anything, so I can't help you there.
Oh, see, there you go. I have like an image in my head, but I don't know if it's him or not.
Yeah, Well, he's a very handsome dude. So
very handsome guy.
Yes,
just like Pablo said, we're handsome.
Yes,
It's Pablo's trademark too, just so you guys know.
But no, I get what you're saying. How like you don't have the same, you're not recalling the same things. Like there's certain things and features of somebody for me at that age that are standing out to me that for you, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, because you were. But
that's like me telling you my friends, like, oh, you know my friend Roxanne, she's married to Timothy and they live out in California, and you're gonna be like, well, I don't know who Timothy is,
Yeah, and I'll be like, yeah, I have no clue.
You just shake your head and nod and say, oh, yeah. Because that's what I was doing.
Okay. That's what I'm doing. I'm nodding my head right now.
Nodding it?
But anyway, I had a little bit of a point that I was trying to make that we were trying to do something totally different. And it didn't happen. And it's my fault. And I'll admit that. It didn't happen because...
Oh, it was nobody's fault. It was a learning experience for all of us. Or each of us, I should say. All two of us.
So I've got to do a shout out.
Shout out.
Because I'm taking a drink of this delicious beverage, and it's inside of a koozie. And this koozie was made by a really good friend of ours, Wendy Coker. She lives just across the street from us.
Oh,
hello, Wendy.
I have seen those. She's making a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So Designs by Wendy, y'all. It's legit. And the only reason I thought about that is because I'm kind of obsessed with her work. So she has really good work, high quality. And I think, man, if we get all 6 of our listeners over the page, I think she would appreciate that. So,
well, what's her page?
Audrey, it is on Facebook. And it's, I think, called Designs by Wendy.
Mm. Is she on Instagram or?
I don't know.
Okay, so Wendy,
I know for sure Facebook.
We need you to be
on Facebook.
We need Wendy to do an intro to kind of plug in her little side
she
business.
Can totally do an intro. That's a great idea. So Wendy, that's what we'll do. If you're down, totally cool. If you're not, James would probably do it if you're not. But you'll do an intro, and we'll do a do a little plug for your Facebook page. Get your name out there because you're doing something that's really cool that needs to be shared. People need to other people need to see and experience that. So
just so everyone knows, Wendy's also, we had that episode where we went on for like 30 minutes about Courtney of how amazing she is.
Yes.
Wendy is also a super mom too.
She is.
So.
Yep. Yeah, she is. She knows. Hopefully she knows. Shout out to Wendy.
If you don't, then we're giving you a shout out, Wendy, for being super mom.
Yes. So, yeah, and since we're doing shout outs and I'm thinking of my neighbors, and I love my neighbors because they're like my family. My family away from Cali, this is my Texas family out here. But we had a birthday. We celebrated a birthday yesterday.
Oh, I think I know who.
Do you know whose it was?
I think. Was it Emily?
Yes, it was.
Yes, that was right.
Wow. I almost offered up a prize because I didn't think you were going to guess it.
Really?
But
wait, what was the prize?
Yeah, I'm going to save it now.
Go back.
But happy birthday, Emily. I know it'll be late when you hear this, but happy birthday again. I think everybody did a really good job of just really trying to convey to you how special you are to everybody. So this is kind of my chance to do that. So you know how much we all love you. So I'll just leave it at that and just say thank you for all that you do. No, she's an amazing human being and she needs to be reminded of that.
Yeah.
Right? I think every amazing human being needs to be reminded of that, especially when things are tough right now. So keep kicking ass, Emily.
She's also another super mom.
Exactly. And that's what made me think of that. Yes. So
you got all the super moms on your block.
We do. Actually, that really is like the MFB crew is super moms because we got Lauren too.
What does the MFB stand for again? Is that your street name?
Yeah, it's Marble Falls Bend, but I think we've made up a lot of different, the guys have. We've made up a lot of different things because those are actually 3 letters you can do a lot of funny stuff with. So I'll let you guys do. I'll just leave that. I'll just leave that right there. But anyways, okay. Yeah. Moving on. Got the shout outs. That's good. I'm so glad that I thought about that. And maybe we get to that point where we're like having to plug in stuff like, hey, we've got to like shout out to this person here and we've got to recognize this person, instead of just winging it. Cause that stuff is that important to me that I'm willing to carve stuff out in advance just to make sure that, we're doing our part. Yeah.
And it's fun to recognize people. So especially if they're working.
One of my favorite things to do.
Makes them feel.
What's that? Buddy the elf when he's like snuggling. It's like my favorite. Or smiling. He's like, "Why are you smiling?" He's like, "I always smile. It's my favorite thing to do," or something like that. Smiling's my favorite. That's what it was. He was talking to the elf. Or not the real elf, but anyways, Jovi, the chick that was working on the Christmas tree,
who's singing in the shower.
Yes. Great Christmas movie.
Oh, I love Christmas movies.
And you do a really good impression of the, what's his name?
Of who?
I can't think of his name. He's got the name of what he is, and he responds to him, but he says, when Buddy's leaving to go find his dad.
Hope you find your dad, buddy.
Yeah, he's like, bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Yeah. It's
and he says something like, "Thanks, Mr. Norwal," or something.
Yeah, it's Norwal. That's what it is because he's like the whale with the thing, the unicorn thing on his head.
Right on. That's what I was trying to explain. Yeah,
I do a good impression of that. I don't think I've ever done one. Now I'm all testing it out. Now I'm like in my head. I'm like, "Bye, buddy."
Yeah, you did it a couple times with the kids, I think.
So. That's literally like my favorite line out of the entire movie, though.
Yeah, it's a good flick.
Hope you find your dad. I actually knew a girl once who, her name was BK. Shout out to BK. I believe she's in Boston right now. She's back home. Don't know if she'll ever.
That's legit.
But she's like the cutest thing too in the world, right? And she is so funny, so outgoing, just like a genuine person. And she does the perfect Grinch, Jim Carrey Grinch impersonation.
Wow, that's kind of freaky then.
It's crazy. And I have it on video. It's spot on.
Can we get permission to share that video?
I will ask her, yes, because it is hilarious. And it was so funny because we were all in Nashville, and it was our first time. Like we called them the vets because they were some of the first round of people to be working with SEC in that position. And it was our first
The
day.
veterans.
Call them the vets, and we were the newbies. And so they surprised us. All the vets came over to our Airbnb. So there was I think there was 12 of us in an Airbnb, and they all came over to it and just wanted to hang out and get to know us and stuff, and just chit chat, like not talking about work and stuff. And we played a game of like, what's something weird that you can do or something like that. And so that's what her thing was. She was like, I can do the perfect Grinch impersonation.
What?
And all of us were like, okay. And like I said, she's so cute. Like she's this little redhead, like super pale, like just adorable.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
And she does the face with it too. And I'm like, oh my God, we all died.
What's her name again?
We call her
BK?
BK, yeah.
BK.
Yeah.
For Be Kind?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. BK. Well, was that or the other one? I was going to say I've eaten at that lounge
Oh
a
my
few
God.
times.
With the coops. Got the coops.
The BK Lounge.
Kudos to anybody who understands that joke. Let us know on Instagram or Facebook if you know who we're talking about. The BK Lounge. Nick used to work at the BK Lounge.
I did used to work at the BK Lounge, and I wanted to go back to your friend that you're talking about because BK doing such a bang up job of, you know, the Grinch impersonation. I would like to maybe test my impersonation skills, and then maybe maybe kind of pass the baton to you, Audrey, and maybe you give us your best impersonation.
Oh God, I don't think I could do it. Okay, you go ahead.
Okay,
you do it first.
So I'm gonna do my first one, and this is one that it's one of my go-tos.
Oh, so you've done it before? I don't even know the lines.
Yeah, no, but no, your friend inspired me, so thank you, BK. Thank you for this. I think I do a decent impersonation of SpongeBob SquarePants laughing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to do the Grinch. I was like, that's not fair.
No,
okay.
No. I'm just going to do an impersonation myself. So are you ready?
Let's hear it.
All right. So should I just put a sound clip in there that does it, that plays that, and then just edit that out? I'm totally kidding. All right, here we go. It might be a little slow coming in, okay? So just give me a minute because I haven't warmed up or anything, right? Let me warm up the me.
And don't peek either.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, no peeking. Here we go. Ready? SpongeBob SquarePants laughing hysterically. I'm sorry. That looked like it was really loud on the thing where it shows our sound. Did I peak really bad right there?
I'm sure you did.
Did you hear it? Okay.
I did. And I think I know how you're doing it, though.
Yes, on my throat. Are
you hitting your throat, though, too?
No, I'm just moving my finger up and down, just going.
What made you try that one day?
I think I watched something. I was really into SpongeBob SquarePants. Do you know how into SpongeBob I was when I was living in the RV?
Yeah. Oh, you and Dad both. Dad watched that show more than Brittany did.
So I was really into the show. So anything that came out about SpongeBob, I was down to watch. I think it was a documentary that I watched on SpongeBob. You should look it up. And I'm pretty sure that's how I found that out, was the guy that did that, the voice for SpongeBob, shared that in that documentary. And I was like, what? I was like, that's gangster. And I tried it because I naturally have a high, squeaky, annoying tone and voice already. So I was like, if I get the throat thing down, I might sound just like him. So
that's hilarious. I can do an angry Donald Duck noise. I don't know if it's called an impersonation.
Just don't peek, okay? Because I peeked big time. I was bright red over here on my little interface, and I could see it screaming on the screen here too. So I feel bad. I don't know how bad it's going to sound. I might listen to it in post.
I'm backing away from my mic, so let's see. I haven't done this in a very long time, though. Okay, guys. Did you hear it? Or was I too far away?
You need to back it up a little bit, but that was creepy at first. Kind of weird.
I haven't. You know who showed me that was Mom.
Did Mom show you that?
Yeah.
Okay, show me again, because I'm sure she taught you better than that. Because that was not that.
I don't think I've done that since I was like 10.
Do it again.
I'm like backed up as far.
So it sounds the way it's coming across right now, Audrey. The way it's coming across right now, I'm just hear me out of that. There's probably plenty of listeners out there that would disagree. Okay. But I'm just going to be real. Most are probably going to agree. It doesn't really sound.
You're supposed.
It doesn't really sound like Donald Duck.
You're supposed to talk, but I can't talk.
It sounds almost like you're blowing your nose.
How'd you guess?
That's what it sounded like.
No,
like you're trying to get like a.
Mom
weird,
did it really.
Your head all weird.
Mom did it really well, but what it was is like you cup your hands and you put your lips on the inside, and then you just you like blow out, so then it makes a noise, and then you like hit your other hand on it to make it like change. But Mom,
so just like a duck sound.
Yeah, but Mom would say things like Donald Duck.
I gotcha. She tried to take it to the next level.
Well, she did, because she always did it. And I was always like, oh, how do you do it? She tried to show me.
Yep. Shout out to Mom. I did always taking shit to the next level. Yeah.
I did it a few times when I was a kid, because when I first did it, Mom was like, oh my God. She's like, you did it. And then, I just never did it again after. So I was like, So,
you're like, mission accomplished, moving on. Now I can do anything in life.
It's not a Donald Duck impression, guys. It's just a duck call. Duck Dynasty. There you go.
Yeah, it's just a duck call. I thought you were going to do like an impersonation, though. Does a duck call count as an impersonation? Because it sounds more like just an animal noise. Is that?
Why can't
I don't know? It just seems a little different. Okay, all right.
Why you got to hate on my impersonation?
That's fair. I think selfishly, the reason I was saying that was because I wanted something more.
Well, too bad, because that's what you got.
Forgive me. Yeah. Forgive me for being underwhelmed. My apologies. Yeah, it's my fault, right? It's my fault. Yes. Forgive me for running my parade through your reign. My apologies.
Nicholas Stretch, everybody.
That's the name. It's just Nicholas, though. Nicholas is like, man, it really was when I was in trouble. It was Nicholas.
I mean, no.
And I still have people at work refer to me as Nicholas every now and then, people that don't know me, and they, in like an email, I read the email. I'm like, oh my gosh, it sounds so official, like, I'm like, what a terrible way to start your email. Like, you've got me like posturing up and everything just to read it, just because my first name's my full name. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? And then I'm like, oh, it's just somebody asking to meet me for the first time.
It's like PTSD of like getting yelled at as a child.
Yeah, seriously. Like, it immediately, I perk up and I'm like, oh yeah, what? Yeah. So I always remind them, I'm like, please just call me Nick. Just call me Nick.
They're like, oh, sorry. Sorry, Nicholas.
Yeah. Gosh, it's terrible. You don't really have that problem, do you? Because it's just Audrey, or it's
Audrey. Yeah.
Audrey. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
different.
I got my nicknames. Like, Jenna calls me Audrey.
Audrey. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, put your like New York Italian spin on it.
I like that. Audrey.
Yeah, she's always like, Audrey, come here. It's like, okay.
I like that.
People call, Mom always said oddball.
Where's she from, Jenna?
She is originally from Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
But she is first generation Italian, so she's got those deep Italian roots.
Because I like the Italians that have like the Boston.
No, she's got the New Yorker.
Okay, she's got the New York, which is cool. It's pretty cool.
One day you will meet her and you will understand all the stories I tell you.
Well, we're friends now on Facebook. I don't know if you knew that, but we're friends. So
she doesn't really go on Facebook, so you got to go on Instagram.
yeah, actually, I don't know if we're friends on Facebook. It's probably Instagram. You're probably right. It's probably Instagram.
I was like, I don't think she has an Insta or a Facebook.
Yeah, I'm like, so look, I'm 35.
Whoa,
right?
putting it out there, Nick.
Okay, yeah, I'm 35. So I'm having a moment.
Dang, you're 5 years older than me?
Where I'm thinking,
actually,
am I 5 years older?
Actually, 6 years older.
So I'm 35. And I was talking, so I was just having like a total dad moment, like the Progressive commercial dad moment, where I'm referring to all of social media as the Facebook. Okay, so forgive me for that, guys. That was my dad at like max level. Okay, and I apologize.
No, you need to hear him with the dad jokes.
But I mean, seriously.
Referred to Facebook as all.
I just was like, oh, we're friends on Facebook. So like, if I've talked to you in any way, shape, or form on any social media platform, I'm now of that age where I just say, yeah, I'm friends with you on the Facebook. That's terrible, and that's not true, by the way. That's just me trying to be funny. I'm actually not that bad. I just didn't remember it. Probably was Instagram, and I just confused the two.
So it was.
Have you ever confused Facebook with Instagram?
No. I don't really call it Instagram. I call it Insta or IG.
But you just are getting back to Facebook. You've been off Facebook for a long time.
Oh, so. I'm trying really hard and I'm still like just not.
Well, we'll get back into it. Facebook's cool because it does have a lot of ways to just connect with people that are into the same things you're into, or people that actually give a crap about you, So yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's just, it's like having a computer and I haven't updated it right in like 6 years. Well, maybe 7 years, goodness. And then coming back to it.
Who does that? Who's got a computer that they're still using today that is over 6 years old? I'm curious.
But it's like coming back and I have to like update my mind with all the updates.
And I'm not talking like an old computer with updated stuff in it. I'm talking the actual old computer. Chris and I were just talking about how remember our Compaq computer?
No.
You probably don't remember because you were so young. But that was our first computer, and Chris was talking to me about the Compaq Presario. Yeah, so he was telling me, he's like, yeah, we had a Compaq, and I was like, dude, that's what we had. And I just can totally recall the logo on it. I remember going in there, remember the computer being set up in the laundry room.
Yeah, with the cat food and the cat litter box.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it was always fresh to death up in there. And
one of the cats always had to take a deuce.
Yeah, it was nice because you could just let one get loose right there and like nobody would say anything. You know what I mean? Because you're just like, oh, Jingles. Moment of silence for Jingles and Fiji, please.
Oh, I know. They were some great kitty cats.
Yeah. But no, we were talking about the computers, the old school computers. I don't think anybody's going to have anything that's more than 6 or 7 years old, but it could happen.
You never know.
And still be using it? I don't know. It's crazy. That's old school.
I think it's crazy though, because now I look back and it's like our computers do so much, right? That when I look back at a computer, all I ever used it was to play like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I remember that. Yeah, that was cool. I used it to play Motocross Madness. Remember Motocross Madness?
Oh, I do.
That was like, I think it was Motocross Madness. That was like the game. I remember playing it with Nick and Garrett Johnson at their house. Man, I loved playing that game. And I was so desperate to have that game on our computer. And I remember Mom, like one night, I don't know how I did it. Okay, look, I know how I did it. I was super spoiled. Mom, like,
what?
Just
you spoiled? Never.
And I was like, I want this like so bad. And it was like, even like pretty late in the evening. I don't know how late it was, but stores were still open. But anyway, she took me to go get it. I think we went to like Best Buy or something.
You probably went to like the game. Oh no, GameStop didn't exist.
We bought a graphics card and I don't remember. I think I just called Garrett to have him help me. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I just called Garrett. Sorry about the dogs. I called Garrett. So Garrett is Nick Johnson's older brother. I grew up with these guys, freaking awesome dudes. And I think I called Garrett, and he was like, "Hey, just do this, right? Kind of help me get it all hooked up." But it's just different because nowadays you don't really call a friend most of the time,
up a game,
unless it's like the friend's going to save you money. But like if you're trying to figure something out, you usually just go on YouTube and
yeah,
you know what I mean? You're just like, hey, how do we do this? Oh, let me go on YouTube and I can figure it out, right? Like, why would I put that burden of on my friend? Like, hey, can you take 3 hours out of your day to walk me through a course on how to replace the, pipe underneath my sink or whatever? Like, I can go on and figure out how to do it in probably 3.5 minutes because I'm in full control of how to,
I look up so much stuff on Google or YouTube and stuff that I have actually, I've had times where people ask me, I don't know, like the instructions on how to do something, or a big one is directions. So it's like if I tell somebody like, okay, hey, we're going to meet for lunch and we're going to meet over, I don't know, the Flemings at Town Square, right? And
right.
If they ask me like,
very expensive, but continue.
But I also don't have children, guys, so I'm a lonely person. So if I give them like a restaurant and then they go, where's it at? I'm like, well, type it into Google or Google Maps or something and figure it out. Because I still have some people who will ask me like, what street is it off of? And I'm like, Google it. Google does a lot of stuff for you guys. So
Google does.
So before you want to ask somebody how to do something, try Googling it first. It's like doing your homework back in high school.
But the thing is, here's what you lose, in my opinion. Here's what you can lose, okay? Depending on what it is you're looking up on Google. I think what you're talking about makes total sense, right? You're just looking for how to get from point A to point B in terms of, just straight logic, right? But if you're looking for something deeper than that, Google isn't always going to give you what it is you're after. Like sometimes that could be good, sometimes that could be bad, right? Sometimes you can Google something and maybe Google's going to return some things that you need to hear, which is good, right? And maybe had you gone to a friend, they love and care about you so much that they unintentionally didn't tell you what you needed to hear. They told you what you wanted to hear. But my point is,
what do you mean? Hold on.
There's pros and cons.
That was confusing for me.
There's pros and cons. So if I go on Google and I search something like that's more kind of like, hey, I'm trying to get some advice on something, right?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And there's pros and cons to that. I might find something that, could really be impactful to me. I could find some content from somebody or something, that really hits home for me. Because maybe my friend, had I gone to my friend, they might not be willing to hurt my feelings and tell me what I need to hear, right? In a particular situation. But then it goes the other way is my point. And if I'm only Googling stuff like that and I don't have a human connection with somebody else, I think that I can lose some things because when you have somebody that's got stock in you and your relationship, right? And we're going to touch on this more tomorrow in our episode tomorrow. But when you have that, it's different because, or I feel this way. If the person that I'm talking to or trying to get advice from really genuinely cares about me and loves me for who I am and appreciates me for who I am, that person in this conversation, in my opinion, has skin in the game. They're not just telling me willy-nilly what I want to hear. They're not just telling me, hey, I'm kind of listening, right? Those are the types of people, like you can lose that when you just go, hey, I'm just going to go try to get advice here. But there's a lot to gain from, getting information and taking, knowledge and stuff. I'm not saying that, but just having that connection with somebody that really genuinely cares about you. That's like, hey, that's thinking big picture and has your best interests at heart. They're going to give you different advice, right? They're going to give you advice that's coming from the heart and not from the mind. And they're going to give you advice that's probably the most relevant and pertinent to your situation.
Real deep with that. I was just saying like, if somebody didn't know how to cook salmon, you can Google,
Oh, you were
recipes.
just going to do your impersonation right now, and I got all deep. My bad. My bad, yo.
That's why I was like, you can always use Google to figure stuff out. Like when somebody asks me how to cook something, and it's like,
And that's what I meant by when I said your straight logic.
yeah.
But I'm just saying you got to be careful with that too. There's a line with everything.
Well, see, maybe anybody who wants to cook with me can cook with me.
Are you going to start posting the follow me for more recipes? Because I would probably check out some of those if you can come up with some.
What? Post recipes?
Are you not on social media at all?
Am I not on Facebook?
Oh, gosh. I'm talking social media. Like, there's the follow me for more recipes.
I mean, I follow a lot of pages that have food, but those a lot of times that's Pinterest. That's what Pinterest is used for.
Okay. Somebody help me out here. Okay, it could be anybody. If you're out there and you're listening, no, seriously, this is a call to arms right now. This is going out to all of Podcastland.
The calls to arms.
All of our listeners. Somebody drop Audrey a message about what it is I'm trying to tell her right now.
What is it called? Follow me recipes?
Oh my goodness. Someone send her one. Please send her one. And I'm not going to do it. I don't want to send it because it will be so much more satisfying if I get to watch somebody else send it to her. So what's your Instagrams? Share it with the folks, please. One more time.
Why don't you just send it to the Stretch It Out podcast?
Nope. I want it to go to Audrey.
Oh, it's going to go to me. So it's
Yes.
Audrey, A-U-D.
I want all your friends to see it. Say it again. Sorry, I was talking.
Audrey, A-U-D-R-E-Y _stretch.
And what's your Facebook?
Go ahead and send it to the Instagram, guys. If you send it via Facebook,
never on Facebook.
I may never see it.
Hey, since we're talking about social media, and thanks whoever does take me up on that ask. I mean it. Please send her what I'm talking about. Like, blow her up with it. Like, send her at least a couple
Chris.
so she gets it, because she has no clue, and it blows my mind because to me it's like all over social media. But maybe I'm on there too much. Who knows? Maybe I'm on there too much.
But keep in mind, social media is like AI, right? Like, so if it hears me talk about pasta, it's going to send me pasta. So
artificial intelligence activated.
So if it hears you talking about this whole recipe thing, my whole thing is filled with workouts. It's like
Truth.
Workout gear. Like everything is workouts to the point where I'm like, oh my God, I don't even want to work out because I see this crap. But that's everything that comes up on mine.
That's why Taco Bell and Jack in the Box shows up a lot for me.
Exactly.
I get it.
But now that we're talking about it and the government is hearing me, it's probably going to pop up today.
Sweet.
Should we take bets? I guarantee you it's going to pop up later tonight when I'm on social media.
No, I had something else I was going to talk about, and I totally forgot what it was.
Oh,
it was good, too. Yeah. No, it was really good. It was going to be like one of those moments where people are going to be like, wow, Nick has like clearly been drinking. I'm just kidding.
Drinking a Dr. Pepper. Just kidding.
Diet.
Oh, it's a diet Dr. Pepper?
No, it's not. Not what I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking a sparkling. It's Kirkland Signature. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with Kirkland Signature. Shout out to all my Costco shoppers. Kirkland Signature is legit. I think pretty much everything I own is Kirkland Signature that I'm wearing or that I'm using in life. And in this case, it's the sparkling water that I'm drinking. Yeah. But you are too. So it's funny. So sparkling water, and this is grapefruit flavor. It's calorie free, sodium free, sweetener free. So it doesn't really taste like anything. They say grapefruit basically meaning that like if somebody squeezed a drop of grapefruit from an airplane into your mouth, whatever you catch from that drop by the time it's fallen from about 1,000 feet, whatever you taste on your tongue, that's the flavor. So It's really kind of like the titles of the Stretch It Out podcast episodes. It doesn't matter. Okay. That's what I'm drinking. What are you drinking?
I just coughed and like had to mute the mic. So I was laughing. I drank my favorite thing after being active was a big cup of Fairlife chocolate milk. That's like
Fairlife?
Oh, guys, if you haven't had Fairlife, okay, for people who are like
I'm lactose, so
that's what I was just about to say. If you're lactose, this milk, the way that they make it, because they make it the correct way, they don't put like bad stuff in it.
Okay.
It will not give you a stomach ache.
Interesting.
I'm telling you. Next time I go to Texas, I will buy it and you can have a cup and you can tell me if your stomach hurts because I am also lactose. Like it started to become a thing and I gave up milk for like 6 or 7 months. And that's when my friend Jenna showed me this and I can drink milk without a stomach ache.
Yeah, I've got like
But I'm not a doctor, guys, so you know. I mean, if you're having like if you're highly allergic to milk, don't drink it.
Hey, yeah, and just to echo Audrey there, I'm not a doctor either. I just feel like it's important to call that out because if you don't say that you're not a doctor, I think people are going to assume that you're a doctor. So appreciate you calling that out.
I know you guys all thought I had a degree. I know I'm a doctor. My doctorate.
Yeah,
you know.
I have my doctorate in.
Well, I don't want somebody listening and being like, "Well, I'm severely allergic," but she said it's fine, and I drink it, and then they get mad.
I was just taking a jab. That was a jab,
especially if they're California.
Little jab at my baby sis in Podcastland. It's easier to do in Podcastland.
It's always jabbing.
It's easier.
It's easier.
Hey, tell me who was that friend that was just. I just loved her so much because yeah, that's my dogs, Olaf and Purdy. Always trying to get on the podcast. Always trying to get on the podcast. Like
I don't think they've missed one yet.
Yeah, so sneaky, so greedy, so selfish. But I think we were on a video call, and you introduced me to a friend of yours, and she was just super sweet, and she was like, oh yeah, she really dug the podcast and she was just really kind of uplifting and like very positive. Remember that conversation?
A friend,
probably 30 conversations ago. So good luck with that one. We'll give you a minute. I wish I had the Jeopardy music.
Yeah. What? She listened to the podcast, but we were on a FaceTime together?
Yeah. So we'll move on from that because that's going to take too long for me to try to get you caught up on there.
Oh, no. No, yeah, you're talking about Juanita. I was like, I haven't spoken to anybody, but yeah, Juanita.
Okay, there we go. Making progress. Hey, guess what? Chris Phillips sent me a picture today.
What was it?
I am going to text it to you. How do you like that?
And then post it onto Facebook.
Well, it's not open. Sorry, I'm moving away from the mic because I'm trying to
podcast fail.
Trying to get the message here.
Well, I just got somebody who just sent in another voice intro. Can't wait to listen to that.
Oh, heck yeah. That's going to be awesome. Can you play it? You want to listen to it for the first time on here? Are they going to get mad if we do that? Because that's legit.
Let's try.
Hold on. Don't play it yet. Let me text you this first. Okay. It's called cliffhangers, Audrey. You got to let them dangle.
You gotta let them hang.
Okay. So we got to go back to what we were talking about. I'm sending this to you now. Let me know when you get it and tell me if you know what it is.
Oh my goodness. I recognize that handwriting anywhere. Oh, it's not letting me open it. Here we go. Has he opened it yet?
She's like, I don't know. Ask him. Hey, Chris, have you opened it yet? See, that's the only crappy
thing about
podcasts.
Taking callers now.
Yeah, but that's why we're gonna fix that. We're gonna do some lives, so it's gonna be awesome. We get to chat with all of our listeners while we're recording the podcast. Doesn't get any better than that, does it? Maybe.
Did you tell him? Spoiler alert! I didn't put the card in.
Oh my gosh. There's some things you just don't say, Audrey. There are some things you just don't say.
Okay, now I gotta go back.
You know where I got that from? Let me share that with everybody, with our listeners, where I got that.
Everybody take
The
a
first
seat.
time I ever, yeah, sit down. If you're standing right now, actually, if you're standing,
If you're
that
still
was a
listening
genuine
right
laugh.
now, if
That
you're
was a
still
genuine laugh.
listening.
That was a genuine laugh right there from my baby sis right there. That was fantastic. So,
All my laughs
so
are
if
genuine.
you're, so I want to tell you, what was I going to say? I was going to say a really cool story. What was it about?
No idea. You just said if you're staying.
If I'm what?
I don't know what you were gonna say. You just said like, yeah, if you're standing right now.
Okay.
Like,
All
why would they be standing right?
Okay.
They're probably in their car.
You never
listening to
know. Like some
this.
people put it in, in the Google Home speaker, and they're just like doing laundry or walk around the house, right? And some people,
Oh
if
my
they're smart and
gosh.
don't want other people to know they're listening to it, are doing it on headphones, which makes sense. But
Every time I laugh, I
anyways,
keep coughing, so I have to keep muting the mic just to cough so you guys don't.
anyways, I was trying to get back to what I was talking about. And I totally lost it. I totally lost where I was.
Oh, goodness. Well, you were telling them to go ahead and stand up.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, I get it.
To our listeners,
I get that I was supposed. I understand the fact that I was building it up.
and now he has no idea what he wanted to say.
Okay, I have real tears in my eyes right now.
Yeah. Oh my god, they're like pouring out
Okay,
of
this
that.
is terrible. Yeah, it's
This
terrible. This is
episode is
terrible
called
radio.
How to Fail at Having a Conversation.
Yeah.
How to not have a conversation.
How to fail at having a conversation. That's actually really good. Someone might look that up one night, right? We were talking about Googling stuff. Someone might just be like, man, like I need to totally like bomb this conversation with this chick so she knows that I'm not into her. And they go Google search that crap.
And it's our face that comes up.
Bam. The Stretch It Out podcast.
Oh,
Providing perspective. Corrective perspective.
Always there to help in any situation. Okay. So what were you going to say?
So I had I don't remember. So I really don't remember. It was really cool. It was a really good story.
Must not be that cool.
And I got everybody prepped and ready for it. And I said, "Hey, let me tell you." And I don't remember what it was. What were we talking about before that?
I was gonna show them the new audio intro we got, and then you said do cliffhanger, and then told everyone to stand up.
Yeah, because I wanted to go back to what we were talking about, because we were talking about Chris and the letter, right? Or no?
Yes. Because you sent me the letter, and then when I opened up my messages, that's when I saw that I got the message. So yes.
Right, and he hasn't opened it yet.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I
He
mean, the photo
He hasn't
showed.
opened it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm seriously trying really hard right now to figure out what the freaking heck it was that I was supposed to talk about, and I can't remember. So I'm just going to hand it off to you.
Okay, so we're going to listen to our listeners. This is our first time ever hearing this audio as well. Okay?
So, but this is a friend of yours.
Yes.
And
it's from
we
Pablo
would love
again.
to get more.
Mm-hmm.
And we would love to get more.
Singing in the background. So I actually don't know who this is. It's from Pablo, but I'm assuming it's somebody else. So it could be someone in his family. It could be his girlfriend. I'm not quite sure.
Before you play it, it would be freaking epic if it was in Spanish or something.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Now we got to tell him the background. Cliffhanger. Everybody stand up.
That means we're not going to tell you a thing.
Before Nick and I started the podcast and I sent him the video that my friend Pablo had sent in, I was telling my brother that I would absolutely love it if we had somebody send an intro where it's a completely different language and we have no idea what they're saying. And we're just like rooting them on. Because for all we know, they could be saying something really crazy and we don't even know it. So that's
seriously
where that came from. Because how funny would that be? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, for us.
Yeah.
For us, for you and me only. But continue, go ahead.
Should I play
Moving
the video or?
Oh, it's a video.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry, no, it's audio. It's the audio.
She's gonna play a video for you all, so make sure you put your AirPods in or put your headphones on. Turn it up a little bit because this is a video that's about to play for you guys. So make sure we're coming in real clear right now. If you're driving, maybe hit the windshield with a spit shine, right? Just hit it with the little sprinkle misties and hit it with the windshield wipers. Give it a wipey wipe, and then make sure we're coming in crystal clear because she's gonna play a video for you guys right now, and I really want you to pay attention to the body language in this video. Okay. Next level right here. Okay, Audrey. So I've set it up for you, Audrey. You can play this video for everybody now. I think everybody's pumped about you playing this video.
Nick's really pumped about the video. Okay, ready?
I'm just kidding. Play it for us. All right. This is going to be the intro that we're going to do on the next episode, or?
I don't know. Let's surprise him.
Okay.
Let's not tell him our master plan, Nick. Jeez.
No, next episode is going to be Emma, my little princess. So, Yep, she gets episode 15.
Oh, that's right.
Continue,
yeah.
play. Okay. Let's share this. This is going to be the intro on the next episode, and we're just doing this for fun, but and to say, hey, thanks to whoever did the intros, but we're also doing it to say, hey, we need some more because we're running out. So continue. We're running out of intros, like we're running out of listeners. No, I'm just kidding. Keep it going.
We're not desperate at all, guys.
We're not. We'll always have Alyssa, Andy, Chris. We're good.
Okay,
Emily's jumped on. Wendy's jumped on. All the MFB crews listening. We're good. We got so many listeners right now.
I'm about to mute Nick, guys.
I don't understand why she needs to mute me. I'm just kidding.
1, 2,
I'm not even here right now. Just forget about me.
Hey, this is Carolina, and I'm taking this quarantine one day at a time. You're listening to Stretch It Out Podcast.
Oh, that's
nice.
Sweet. That's a girlfriend. She is, seriously. That is Pablo's girlfriend.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Thank you, Pablo's girlfriend.
Carolina.
What's her name again?
She said her name. Listen. Nick wasn't listening. Sorry.
Hey, this is Carolina, and I'm taking this quarantine one day at a time. You're listening to Stretch It Out Podcast.
You see what I did there, Carolina?
She is a freaking trooper. She did yesterday a 12-mile bike ride.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty intense.
Yeah. Gangster. Straight up gangster.
Straight up G.
And we want to celebrate those wins with you all. We really do. And we're going to figure out how to step up our social media game. And I did get all of our episodes added to YouTube. So if you're a listener and you're trying to help a friend out that's like, man, I am super like beyond bored right now. If you have a friend that tells you that, they're probably at the place in which most people would probably listen to us for more than a few minutes. So go ahead and send that to them. Just say, hey, go check out the Stretch It Out podcast. What's great about it is now that we're on YouTube, I noticed that I had more and more people hitting me up saying, why do you guys only have 2 episodes? And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And then I remembered I only had put 2 episodes on YouTube just to test it out and make it easier for people to Google search it, right? And when you Google search it, the first thing that pops up is the 2 YouTube episodes. So everyone's thought for this however long now, that we've had 2 episodes, and they're like, and I'm on Facebook, right? Like, yeah, go check out the Stretch It Out podcast. People are like, dude, this guy's super pumped about his 2 episodes. They weren't that great. Yeah.
2 episodes and we gave up.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I fixed that problem. Over the weekend, and I'm pretty pumped about that. But as we get better, I think at the whole thing, it's just going to get better. I'm just saying that because I want you to stick with us. Just stick with us. It's going to be an amazing journey we're going to share together here in Podcastland, and eventually we're going to get into that video realm, and I think it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait till we get a TikTok going. I think that needs to happen.
We'll get that to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I've got moves.
They make a...
They what?
Nothing. It's fine.
Okay, so it's funny that it's so funny you can't share it.
We'll get TikTok. We're going to figure TikTok out.
Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't do that. Who knows? Maybe we do. I think we should.
I think we should. And I don't think we should care about what anybody else thinks about our TikTok, you know?
I think we should. See, and that's another thing. Like, it's just weird. Like, my brain's always like so contrary, you know? But I feel like contrarianism is like a good thing, depending, right, on where it exists. But my point is, even in what you just said, it could be looked at as bad. It could be looked at as good, right?
I think, yeah, because I think a lot of people, like, especially like kids now, are always like, oh, TikTok is for the younger people, not older people. But it's like, there's a few people on TikTok who are older, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of people on TikTok, more and more people getting on TikTok that are older. It's just you have to be able to communicate with the younger crowd, and that's probably why we're going to fail miserably. It doesn't matter.
Coming for the kids.
It doesn't matter. We're doing it because it's fun too, right?
Yes.
And
why not?
If it helps one person, then who freaking cares if I kind of look at it like this. If you have to get through or deal with or live with 1,000 haters to help one person, is it worth it?
Right.
My answer always is yes, absolutely. Because the hatred I'm getting from the 1,000 haters, that's up to me what I do with it. And the love and the reward and the feeling I get from the person that I've helped, or from even knowing in the back of my mind that there's the possibility that what I've done could help somebody, it's always going to outweigh that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much every human being would agree with that. Most of them.
I think just the next challenge.
Some of us are just
TikTok.
pricks.
I think I could get TikTok down pretty fast. Oops, sorry guys.
I think we can figure it out. I think the sooner you and Marcella get here to Texas, the better. But because then then it's just going to be like crazy, the possibilities. But I get it. You guys can settle down for a couple years, right? I mean, look here we are chatting. It's only episode 14. You got a couple years. I'm not expecting you to come to Texas right away, but I do need you to put Texas on the roadmap. Can you do that, please? Here we are, episode 14.
I'm not you on the spot. Any promises right now.
I'm not telling you to make any promises. I'm asking you to put a pin in it on the map to say, hey, let's talk about this. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's get Marcelo on here.
This episode
let's do a live broadcast and let's make it real.
Okay, you get Marcelo on here. We'll get Marcelo on here. You have to talk him into it.
Just saying, you get to Texas, it's going to be game over. And we've got Chris here. He's like super smart and can help us with so much too, like setup and stuff, like just helping us out with things that we don't have. That like, who's going to help you there?
Guys, he's turning
exactly my point. See how long it took her to answer? So that's what I'm trying to say.
She's using this episode to get me to move to Texas. This is now like the second episode you've done this. Listen, the listeners don't want to hear you try and talk me into moving to Texas right now.
Okay. Well, let the listeners answer that.
They want to listen to your SpongeBob impersonation.
Listeners, you tell us what you want to listen to.
Yeah.
Hit us on Insta. Give us some messages, please.
Stretch It Out podcast, please. Instagram.
And I know we need to do better on like social media. So if you can help us there, by all means, let us know. you can be part of our street team, our social media street team. Is that a thing? Social media street team, is that SMST? Is that a thing? I don't know. We should make it a thing. I know that we're trying to make corrective perspective a thing. So
corrective perspective.
And I say that
it is.
Well, I say that not really knowing because I haven't really done a lot of research. Is it a thing? Did we take somebody else's thing? Kind of like.
Oh God, I hope not.
I don't know.
Are we gonna get sued
we probably
later on if this gets big?
No.
I can't take that financial burden, Nick. I'm kidding.
No, we're good. We're goods to go. We are goods to go. Speaking of going, we are at the hour mark. I just happened to peek over at the time. It's late enough for me to say, I think it's time for me to get on the Xbox and play some Call of Duty Warzone. If you haven't downloaded it, check it out. We're always on there. It's a lot of fun. Does Marcelo play Xbox?
I don't know, to be honest.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So you guys really have a long ways to go in the relationship, because if you played Xbox at this point, you would know for sure. So let's get with Marcelo. I'm totally kidding, by the way. I'm just taking jabs. Let's get with Marcelo and find out, because I'd love to have him on. And
so in other words,
guys,
Nick needs some friends to play Xbox. So if you guys got Xbox, reach out to Nick. Okay.
It doesn't have to be Xbox. He could have PlayStation, he could have PC, and we could still play the same game because it's cross-platform.
There you guys go. So if you have any of that,
I sound like a real gamer.
And go ahead and play. You need some friends to play some video games because he's a grown man.
Yes, hit us up. Hey, but don't think that I forgot about my request earlier in this episode where I was asking our listeners to send you some reference material to help you understand what I mean when I say, follow me for more recipes. I did ask that, legitimately ask that. So I'm hoping that you do get some messages, some things from more recipes to help you out.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to go see what you're talking about on this.
I think you should. So what else do we got, baby sis?
I'm a little scared to look at this. Well, I'm about to post onto our social media page right now. Holla. I just had to tweet Senor Chris Phillips photo because I don't want everybody to know his address. So,
yeah, don't do that. Yeah,
because he's kind of like, he's a podcast movie star. We don't want paparazzi at his house. You know how it is, right?
Yep. There we go again with the movie and the podcast.
Yeah,
I like it. I like your style though. We're like that close to you that you can picture us. I like it.
But that is everybody stay tuned because I'm about to post this onto the IG and the Facebook. They call it Facebook, FB, Facebook. Yeah,
I think so.
Just Facebook. That sounds better, yeah.
But all right. Well, I'm excited to see it. Yeah, we got all kinds of cool stuff coming. Tomorrow, we will drop another episode for everybody. So if you're listening to this immediately after we drop it, you got another one coming tomorrow. And tomorrow we will have our guest speaker on, Daniel.
Yes.
Bling Bling, as I called him, or Bling for short. Does that ring a bell for you? Does that help you remember him?
Bling Bling?
You don't remember. Okay.
No. I don't know. I'm thinking real hard. Well, now you confused me again. I have somebody pictured in my mind, and I'm pretty sure that's the person.
You'll remember, I think, once we start chatting with him. So
yeah, because maybe he'll say something that will help me remember. Needless to say, I'm excited, guys. Stay tuned to tomorrow.
I'm excited. All right. Hey, thanks for listening. Shout out to all our listeners. We love y'all so much. And we will chat with y'all next time. Love ya. Peace. Hey, we're still recording.
I know. I was wondering when you were gonna cut it off.
Just a little extra for the person that like left it on for a little while and just forgot about it. Right? They just left it on. They're like, man, this thing's going like super long. Yeah. We're just gonna freak them out a little bit.
I have a secret
We're gonna freak
word.
them out a little bit. So just be quiet for a minute. Just be quiet. Just be quiet for a minute and then come out really loud. Be like, secret word. Okay, go ahead.
I don't have a secret word. Bum.
What? See, we just freaked somebody out right now by doing that. Somebody just freaked out. No, I'm just kidding. What's the secret word? Bum
secret
bum?
Word is bum.
Bum. And what do they get?
A shout out.
Gotta go. You get a shout out on Insta. Okay. If you get it right, you get a shout out. So if we get like 30, 40, 50, 500, Audrey has committed to a shout out for you. So it doesn't matter whoever it is. Is it a DM to you or a DM to Stretch It Out podcast?
DM to Stretch It Out podcast Instagram.
Okay. It's got to go to, you got to DM to at Stretch It Out podcast, right?
Yep.
Instagram, Insta, IG. All right.
I am so excited to see if anybody stayed tuned.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. And we give you a shout out, and the shout out will come from Audrey. Okay. And we might even make her put a couple of the shout outs on her personal page. So whatever you want it to be, you let us know. We'll make it happen. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. We love y'all.
Bum.
Boom. Encouragement. Boom. You hear my dogs getting into the last minute? Golly. All right. Peace out, everybody.